Sonic 4 Episode 2. When Sonic 4 Episode 1 was released back in 2010, many felt disappointed with the look of this new game. It was meant to feel like a classic Sonic game, but the controls and physics didn't live up to the once high standards of the series. The future of more episodes was unclear after initial fan reception, though Sega did reveal the next installment was to be released on XBLA, PSN, Steam, and mobile devices as Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2. When beginning the first level of this game, the most immediate and drastic change is over the original the graphical presentation and physics. The latter was one of the more prominent features that the developers advertised when series fans complained about the first episode. The jumping feels much tighter and closer to more recent installments, like Sonic Colors and Generations, though there are still issues present with the homing attack. The graphics see a massive upgrade as well. The game overall is more colourful, and the backgrounds are especially detailed. In terms of gameplay, it's largely unchanged, beyond the addition of long-time series sidekick Tails, and the additional abilities he gives to Sonic. One of these is the power of limited flight, which can be used to traverse level puzzles or gain access to higher parts of the level. This power can also be useful to escape bottomless pits if you accidentally fall into one. The other, more prominent ability is the double spin attack. This is as powerful as it is cheap. It can be used as much as you want and destroys most enemies in its way, but when using these moves as intended, say to drill through a wall of snow, it slows the pace of the game down as the puzzles are drawn out and frustrating, especially in the later parts of the game. The game's mechanics can be improved, but the levels of a Sonic game need to be well designed to make a great experience. While they look fantastic, their designs waver in quality due to the double-edged sword of newer Sonic games. If the level is built to feature tons of loops, acceleration pads and springs, it becomes way too easy, short, and feel like the game's too restricting. When the level forces the player to slow down and solve jumping puzzles, it can instill a feeling of boredom and frustration. Not all of the stages suffer from these gripes, but some of the slow stages can be excruciatingly painful. I'm looking at you, Sky Fortress Act 1. Here's where the game dips further below the line of mediocrity. Many of the sound effects are updated version of classic ones. That isn't where the issue lies, instead it's the actual level music. A minority of the tracks are tolerable, but many are repetitive and will make you mute the TV. Overall, the soundtrack fails to emulate the great music found in the Genesis Sonic games, especially Sonic 2, which this game very desperately tries to emulate. The stages are also developed with speedrunners in mind. Just like the levels of the last few Sonic games, they have multiple tiers, with the higher paths usually being the shortest, but hardest to reach. Red rings also return from Generation and Colors, though there is only one present in each stage. Each level can be played in a time attack mode, and your times will be saved to an online leaderboard. There's also two-person co-op in the game, both local and online, but it's barely worth playing at all. Local play has you sharing a screen and ring count, only serving to make the puzzles more frustrating. If you finish the level with more than 50 rings, you can enter a special stage, heavily reminiscent of the ones found in Sonic 2. By finishing these stages and collecting 7 Chaos Emeralds, Supersonic is unlocked for use in any level. Many of the implemented ideas are present to make this a highly replayable game, but because of the previously mentioned issues regarding level design and puzzles, the player is left not wanting to beat their previous times, or even unlock Supersonic. And for a game which is only 1 to 2 hours long at most, the fact that there's no inclination to replay most of the levels, recommending a purchase at its current price isn't possible. By having Sonic 4 Episode 1 downloading on the same platform as the second episode, you'll gain access to Episode Metal. This is an extra 4 zones where you play as Metal Sonic, and is meant to bridge the story between Sonic CD and Sonic 4. This would nearly double the length of the game if they weren't blatantly recycled from Episode 1. While only parts of the levels are direct copies, they still seem incredibly familiar, and without the added element of Tails and the tag moves, they are very repetitive. It'd be a cool addition for people who haven't played Episode 1, but since you need Episode 1 to get these levels, it seems pointless. All it allows you to do is play through old levels with Metal Sonic, who doesn't even possess any unique powers compared to regular Sonic. This game is difficult to recommend, even to Sonic fans. It's an improvement, but some of the new features only detract from the efforts made to improve on the original. If the first episode was a modern day reinterpretation of the first Sonic game, then this would equate to Sonic 2, but rather than living up to that title, it resembles more of a failed clone. On your first playthrough you might squeeze about 90 minutes of play out of it before seeing the end credits, and for $15 it simply isn't worth it. For curious fans, it might provide a short burst of nostalgic bliss if you download it while it's on sale, or like the demo, but anyone else should avoid this game. Sega have also stated that episodes 3 and 4 could be made if the reception and sales are positive, and if those episodes cost the same as episode 1 and 2, it will total $60 for the full version of Sonic 4. We give Sonic 4 Episode 2 a 65.